Hey everyone, Sheila here from Lifewithpets. So this month I am going to try and do some videos where I answer some of the most asked questions that we get. So today's video is what other fish live with our betta fish. So I'm going to show you the tanks, I'm going to show you what our fish live with. So in the divided tank here we have two male betta fish, and as you can see, the guppy grass in this tank has absolutely gone crazy. They absolutely love it because they do spend a lot of time resting in it. Now in this tank, these two do not live with any other fish because the tank is a 10-gallon and it does have snails and shrimp in it. So they do not have any tank mates. I feel that this tank is big enough for the betta fish, but I would definitely not add any other fish. So like I say, they do live with shrimp. You can see some under there. Now, is that something I would recommend for betta fish? Not particularly. Having said that, ours do very, very well with them. They don't bother with them whatsoever. But I would say that on the whole, unless your tank is extremely well planted, which as you can see, this one is, then the shrimp most likely won't survive. But because ours is fairly well planted and the shrimp have a lot of places to hide, the betta fish just don't bother with them at all. So this is the first tank and no fish in this one. So in this tank we do have a female betta fish, and oh, there she is. There she is in the corner there. She actually lives with, as you can see, we've got some mystery snails growing out there. We've got some magentas and some purples. And she lives with rummy-nosed tetras and we have no issues whatsoever. We have a group of, I think there's about 7 or 8 of those in here. And then we do also have a large group of cherry shrimp. I don't actually see them right now. And she doesn't usually bother with those. But then again, as you can see, the tank is very, very heavily planted. These aren't usually in here, but I've just moved them over into this tank as we are getting ready to put these on the website and ship them out. So this is what we have got going on in this tank. We do also have a couple of our larger mystery snails. There is one at the back over there that's in the tank, and there are some nerite snails in here as well, which you can see, if we can get past the glare, you can see that one on the glass there. And then in this tank we have Blaze, and he lives with a group of Cories. I don't know whether you can see some of them just back there. The camera's not focusing too well, but you can see them back there. They've not long eaten, so they are resting somewhat. But he lives very peacefully with those. We've had no issues whatsoever. And he has also lived with Harlequin rasboras as well. So again, he has lived with a number of different types of fish, and we are actually hoping to add some more fish into this tank. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to move the rummy-nosed into here and maybe get some more fish for that tank, or whether to actually just get some fish, quarantine them, and then put them into this tank. So I'm not too sure yet what we're going to do. That is currently what we have living with our betta fish. So they are the fish that live with our betta fish. Now I do want to add, there are many other types of fish that can live with betta fish, but there are several factors involved in that, and that is obviously tank size. Is your tank size big enough to house other fish with betta fish? Is the tank really heavily planted so that they can each have a space, they can hide from each other if that is what is needed? Also, disclaimer, not all betta fish will accept tank mates. In my experience, most will. However, we have had 1 or 2 over the years that just did not like it. It stressed them out too much, and so obviously we didn't do it. So there is quite the myth that betta fish can't live with other fish, but that's actually not true. Most of them can. A lot of it is down to tank size, the environment in the tank. Obviously you have to be careful with your choice of tank mates, and then knowing your betta fish as well, whether he is super aggressive and won't accept anything in the tank. The other thing I want to touch on is you did see the snails in this video, and they are actually up for sale this weekend. We do not have many of them. They are magentas and purples, and you will find them on our website. I do know they are probably going to sell really quickly. On a daily basis we do get asked about them. Now I do want to say these are not ones that we have bred. These are ones that we have actually bought in ourselves, and then we have kept them for several weeks. We've fed them a good diet, but I have to say they did come in beautiful. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I want to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, notification bell so that you know when we post, and we'll see you in our next video.